Hi, everyone. Today we continue our athleisure research and case study number two, which will be presented by Jason Griffin, Alejandro Mares, and myself, Elizabeth Piedra Gomez. Next slide. During this presentation, we will go over our chosen segments, the market and competition of said segment, targeting, further segmentation and positioning, our strategic recommendations, and finally, our persona. Next slide. After further research, our team decided on the mid-tier female sportswear segment. But why? In recent years, the women's sports market has seen a correction as its revenue has grown 4.5 times faster than that of men. According to Fanatics, in 2024, they reported a 500% spike in women's league merchandise sales, and the market is now valued at around 4 billion in the US. Next slide.
When we look at the general apparel market share, we see that athleisure accounts for 106.51 billion as of 2025. But we also see that women account for 48% of the total market share, valued at 85.79 billion. When we look at this and further segment it, we see that the three top segments within women's apparel are trousers, jerseys, sweatshirts, pullovers, night, and underwear at their respective values of 24%, 20%, and 17.5%. Now, revenue for jerseys, sweatshirts, and pullovers are expected to grow at a rate of 3.8% on average for the next 6 to 8 years. When we look at this as far as the overall market, we see that the U.S. athleisure market is valued at 106.5 billion. As we stated earlier, women account for 48% of all spending, and we break that out to about $51.1 billion, with the women's sports merchandise market accounting for 8%, and we see their correlating factors and values accordingly. We see that trousers coming in at about 24%, jerseys, night, and underwear again at 18% and 18% as well. Now, our total market size we're saying is about 1.662 billion. Our market share goal this year is $49,884,000. Our sales forecast, we're saying that we're expecting $125 to be spent on each transaction. For us to meet our goal, we're going to need about 399,072 transactions. This can be lessened by customers having on average 5 transactions per year. That would result in us needing 79,814 customers, and we will need them to spend on average $625 per year. When we break down sports viewership by gender, we see that there's not much of a variation as far as casual sports fans versus and men versus females. We see that 42% of men say that they are casual sports fans, while women who respond also say that they're about 50% more likely to be a casual sports fan. Now, when we narrow this down to just say football, we see that when it comes to just the casual fan, that we see that women are within 2 percentage points of their male counterparts. And we see that women are likely to 90% of women say that football is their top sport. So although that we see that football is a predominantly male sports follower, we do see that there are women who are interested in sport, and that this is a viable market that we should explore for tailoring our product for women's needs.
This segment's demographics consists primarily of women between the ages of 18 to 35, including college students and young professionals with incomes ranging from about 45,000 to 100,000. These consumers are typically active, socially engaged, and located in urban and suburban areas with strong sports cultures, such as Los Angeles, Boston, and Philadelphia. Behaviorally, this group wears athleisure multiple times throughout the week as part of their everyday lifestyle. They attend games, watch parties, and tailgates, while also using fan gear beyond just game day. Go to the next slide. Their purchasing behavior is heavily influenced by social media platforms, along with influencer recommendations, team shops, and sportswear websites. When interacting with products, they value quality, versatility, stylish design, and a strong connection to sports culture. Psychographically, these consumers are motivated by both sports, identity, and personal style. They want products that make them feel confident, included, stylish, and connect to the teams they support. They view themselves as modern sports fans who are fashion conscious, socially active, and trend driven. Can move to the next slide. However, this segment faces several pain points within the current market. One of the main market complaints gathered is that most of the women's fan apparel available today is overly basic, outdated, masculine, or overly sexualized. Many consumers feel that existing products are simply resized versions of men's apparel, leading to inconsistent sizing and poor comfort. As a result, women are often forced to choose between stylish athleisure with sports identity or sports merchandise that lacks functionality and versatility. This led us to define our strategic opportunity. The job to be done is helping women represent their sports team in a way that is stylish, comfortable, and functional, while bridging the gap between sports identity and personal style, which ties into our mission statement focusing on young professional women who want a lifestyle athleisure instead of traditional merchandise, offering high performance fabrics paired with team branding that celebrates their fandom in a modern and fashionable way. Since current products fail to seamlessly combine fashion, fandom, and functionality, our product differs because it comes from positioning the product as a lifestyle, stylish athleisure rather than just merchandise. You're muted, Jason.
What we see here is a sample advertisement where it's basically professional by day and loyal by night. Our headline that we want to kind of target with is we're your team and live your lifestyle. Basically, your wardrobe should match your pace with elevated athleisure essentials and real team identity. Our collection is made for people who want to look sharp, feel ready, and represent with authenticity. Our call to action is to shop now. Now, the team that we've selected here for this mock-up is a local women's professional football team. The reason why we've chosen this market segment is because of the reduced barriers to entry with regards to licensing. There are some issues when it comes to licensing around professional football, baseball, and other sports as well. So we decided to go with the team that had lower barriers to entry for our first product in the marketplace. Liz, you're on mute.
As the research suggests, there is an untapped market in the US for fan merch. Now more than ever, women are looking to be authentically them and have their style representing their interest on an everyday basis. In order to tap into the market, we have created the ideal consumer. Meet Stephanie. She is a 29-year-old young professional who was born and raised in Los Angeles. She left for college and moved back when she was offered a job as an analyst for a casting company earning $97,000 a year. She lives alone with her dog and enjoys hiking, attending and watching soccer, football, and baseball games, hanging out with friends and family, and traveling. She is family oriented and values the community that fandom provides, as she grew up in a big soccer household. She is motivated to lead a full, free, and adventurous life that only education and a certain income can afford, knowing she is the first in her family to do so. Her goal is to be authentically herself and carve a space in places and rooms she was not meant to be in. When it comes to her clothing and material goods, she enjoys quality pieces and is willing to spend more to ensure they last. Unfortunately, when it comes to team merch, she turns to men or kids wear, as the current selection leaves a lot to be desired. More often than not, the merchandise made for women is often made with uncomfortable materials, unflattering cuts, and overly sexualized clothing that would not be office appropriate. In a perfect scenario, she would have a high quality piece of clothing with her favorite women's football team, the LA Legends branding. Then she could wear it in the office on a Teams meeting and then head straight to an afternoon game to meet with her friends. And that is the end of our presentation. Please let us know if you guys have any questions.